You wanted to know if it's easier to heal from a tear or an episiotomy. First off, chances are great that you will have stitches after you have your baby. Studies have shown that about 85% of women go home with stitches from either a tear or an episiotomy. However, most of those are spontaneous tears. In 1979, 61% of women who gave birth had an episiotomy, but rates have drastically fallen over the years. And the most recent study in 2012 showed that only 12% of women had episiotomies. And so it's not done routinely. They're only done if they have to be done. And maybe this example will help you understand why the doctor will consider it. If you're a sewer or you've ever taken a piece of material, or you can imagine taking a piece of material and just tearing it in half, trying to put it back together would be a little more difficult because it would have very ragged edges. But if you just took a pair of scissors and made a nice straight incision, it's really easy and clean. You can sew it up nicely. And so doctors and studies have both found that episiotomies do tend to heal a little bit better. So an episiotomy will be done for a few different reasons. The doctor doesn't know for sure if you're going to need one. That decision is made when the head is crowning, when the doctor's there ready to deliver the baby. And there's a few reasons why they do it. Number one, it expands the vaginal opening, and so it helps the baby to come out faster. And this is important in some cases because maybe the baby's heart tones are down, and that's evidence that the baby needs to be born quickly. And so an episiotomy can hasten delivery so the baby can receive the assistance that they need, or just so that no compromise occurs. It can also help the baby fit out better because first of all, the baby has to fit through the pelvis, but once they fit through the pelvis, they have to expand and stretch all the tissues. With their head puts pressure on those tissues with contractions and pushing. And sometimes there's what we call a soft tissue dystocia, or the tissues of the bottom are just holding the baby in. And so sometimes an episiotomy is necessary to help the baby deliver. In other instances, the baby may be coming down in a certain position that's applying more pressure up top. So above the vagina, you have the clitoris and the urethra, and you don't want those things torn. So the doctor may make a small episiotomy and direct the tear downward into the area where they can stitch it up. It will heal nicely and not cause long-term problems. Now, an episiotomy, if they do it, is just a small, tiny incision that's comparable to the amount that most women tear if they do tear. But again, sometimes if it looks like the tear is going to be worse than episiotomy, then the doctor will do it, or at least talk to you about doing it so that you'll heal better after delivery. If you have more questions about it, talk with your doctor and they'll be able to give you their insights on the matter. And if you have more questions for me in the future, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms, and recommend us to your friends and family too.